I get asked a lot why I don't show people the garden in my backyard. And to be honest, because it is an unruly mess back here. I have not kept up on the weeding in the walkways. I have not kept up on my pruning. I have not kept up on my trellising. In fact, that right there was supposed to be a nice cherry tomato archway. As you can see, it's an overgrown jungle. There are still hundreds of cherry tomatoes in there, and they're delicious, but it's not the tunnel of tomatoes that I was looking for, where you could just walk through and easily pick them. You have to dig and look for them. But there are a couple of things that I wanted to show you back here as I was trying to catch up on the pruning and all of that. In fact, as I was sitting here, I realized that I am actually sitting on a big tomato branch that should have been trellised up. But, oh well. Okay. So a couple of things that I wanted to show you is, one, I have so many volunteer tomato plants. Now I have pulled many of them. I'm going to pull these too. But some of them actually have some tomatoes on them. Now I thought this was a stem from a tomato plant. It was a volunteer. And look at it. It does have tomatoes on it. I am also going to pull this one out because I don't think it has enough time to continue producing. Which brings me to how I am pruning, what I'm pruning, and why I'm pruning it. Find my snips. Okay, now some of these should have been taken care of before. So like this branch right here, it has some buds on it. It will produce some tomatoes. However, we are in late August already, so it is not going to produce anything. So it's gonna go. By cutting some of these off, it will, this one got broke. It's got a nice tomato on it, but that one's gonna go too. So even though it may appear that I am, losing fruit, there's another volunteer tomato plant. What is amazing about these is it's very encouraging. People say that they have a black thumb, that they can't grow anything, all of those type of comments that you hear. Seeds want to grow. They will sprout out themselves. Look at this. Right here. All of these right here. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of crouched down in a weird position, so movement is a little hard. This whole little thing right here. Look at all of those. Those are all volunteer tomato plants. They are now going in the compost pile, so it should be encouraging to everybody. Seeds want to grow. If you try and something doesn't happen, maybe the lighting wasn't right, maybe the water was too little, the water was too much, but I can guarantee you it's not because you have a black thumb and you cannot grow something. The whole purpose of a seed is to grow. A little bit later today, I think I will take you out front and show you what I have going on in those green stalks. I have some amazing things. There's a few peppers up there that are the size of my hand. So that's glorious. Okay, back to the pruning. If you take off that stem, the one that I showed you earlier, the plant no longer has to try to send energy to that. The plant will now have more energy to send up here and hopefully turn this red. I believe these are the mushroom basket variety. So this has quite a bit of size yet to put on, as well as turning red. So it may appear that I am cutting off potential fruit, potential tomatoes, but in the end, it's more of an insurance that the tomatoes that are already on the plants will have more energy sent to them and will be harvestable. Is harvestable a word? I just made it one. Oh, look at this. This should have been up here wrapped around or pinned up so long ago. As you can see, I wrap them around. I also use these clips. This is what happens when you neglect your garden. So I'm going to get back to this, get this taken care of. I'm on the second row of this trellis, and then I have about 2 rows on this trellis. You can see how crazy that is. There is not good airflow through there, and that's not good for your plants either. I do have quite a few tomatoes in there, but they need to have some energy and ripen. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay, so in just a few minutes, for you, it'll probably be an hour or so for me, I will be out front looking at the green stalks. Okay, we are finally up in the front by the green stalks, and there was a couple things up here that I wanted to show you. First of all, got my water going. They are looking good. These peppers are Italian Marconi, and look how big they are. That one is bigger than my hand. I'm hoping that they turn red, which I'm sure they will, but before the frost comes. Depending on their flavor, these might be what I grow instead of bell peppers, because I never have luck with my bell peppers. I have quite a few tomatoes on here that are ready. Lots of jalapenos that are turning red, which is how I prefer my jalapenos. Me and any green pepper are not my favorite. I can't really spin this because I've got the water going, but there's some tomatoes back there. I was hoping, oh yes, here we go. I've got some San Marzano that have turned. Those are ready to harvest. Got some that have ripened up here. Oh, I should pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm probably making all of you guys dizzy. So speaking of bell peppers, these are my bell peppers. These are King of the North. I can never get really big ones. They're all about this size. And I don't particularly like them until they turn red either. Okay, in this one, the celery is doing really well. I have some eggplants in here. And this cat is not my cat. It's not even our neighborhood cat. I'm not quite sure where he belongs, but it's not here. some more eggplant over there. I have quite a few tomatoes on this tower as well. They're just not ripening. They're not turning red yet. This whole bottom tier here are potatoes, and I was reaching in here the other day, and can you see that? I've got some pretty big potatoes in there. I'm trying to keep everything covered so that it doesn't turn green. Over here, I think I am going to get at least one delicata squash. I only planted one plant in here, so my odds weren't that great to begin with. But this is a huge, lovely plant. It has so many flowers. This is the only female flower that it has gotten so far. Even down here, those are all males. So I guess one squash is better than no squash. Onions. I still don't know how I ended up with 2 in that, but whatever. These onions are huge. And then I wanted to show you this tomato plant again. It's a Geranium Kiss. And I keep saying that I don't know if there's something wrong with this one or if they all grow this way. But look at the stalk on that thing. I mean, look at that. A lot of the leaves got spots on them and stuff, so I cut them off. I pruned it back really hard, but it is producing a lot of tomatoes, and they are very good. They have thin skin. They are, okay, this cat is, you need to go away. Shoo shoo. They are very delicious. So, after I get done watering, I think I'm going to come out and do some harvesting. Okay, and here is the harvest that I got. We got quite a few of the Geranium Kiss. I took them all off. 4th of July are in there. I got one San Marzano. These are all the Italian Romas. They are doing much better than the San Marzanos. I have a lot of them, but none are turning. And yes, that cat is still rubbing on me and bumping me, and I told him to go back home, but he's not listening. Got quite a few jalapenos here, 2 Tabasco, and then these are called Georgia Plain. This is the first pretty big harvest that I've gotten off of the green stalks, but I might make a salsa. I might roast some of these and make some chicken Alfredo. Yeah, there's a couple meals in here. So there you go.